He would bring me food and feed me every day, the handsome face under his mask breathing my name tenderly. Erin, you're so beautiful tonight. She must have lost her sanity as she kept remembering that day when we were chosen by different species. She was our parents' favorite, and she had every right and disposition to claim the better prospect. So why did I, the dumber and uglier sister, get it instead? Hence, she learned to curse until she killed me in her spirit form, after which she was reduced to oblivion as well. She was also reincarnated when I opened my eyes again, and she immediately made the other choice in this life. However, I was grateful for that. I still hadn't seen Yoren's face even after 3 days since he took me home. He appeared to be busy and had plenty of other female slaves. I was just one of them and wasn't eye-catching at that. But I didn't mope, instead happily munching on the dry bread they always placed on the servants' table. It was wonderful not having my blood sucked every day after all. Even as the thought crossed my mind, I choked on the bread and almost passed out. As I scrambled to chug a glass of water to wash it down, the door opened. Yoren's burly form made the servants' room look especially small. Seeing him scowl at the bread, I quickly lowered my eyes while my heart pounded. Was he upset that I was a glutton? Still, seeing him not hiding his stare as he studied me from head to toe, I remembered the rumors about him in our past life. Yoren became the new alpha by slaying his own father and his brothers, and he was a savage who loved to feast on human flesh. Just the thought left me quietly taking a few steps back away from him, but before I steadied myself, he caught my bare shoulders. Afraid to move, my heart thumped even louder. I did my best to tell myself that this was my place as a slave, but I couldn't get used to it. After all, I came from a rich family too. Why are you trembling? Are you scared? Hearing the deep voice, I looked up and suddenly found his face not all that scary, and then there were those eyes that gleamed as brightly as the stars. I'm not scared, but just a little hungry. How would a few slices of bread ever fill a stomach? After a while, he laughed cheerfully. My Uncle Ben told me to pick a slave. I guess I picked someone amusing. Uncle Ben? As in his third uncle? The same pack elder who would instigate infighting and later assassinate Yoren himself? Still, I kept my head down while Yoren summoned a servant, who brought so many dishes that they covered the entire table. Just the scent of food was enough to make me drool. Sit, eat. He spoke to me with a surprisingly gentle voice. I hesitated for a moment, but eventually sat down and wolfed down everything. How long had it been since I had a full stomach? As I kept eating, my tears threatened to fall, while Yoren sat on the opposite end of the table and watched me eat with a twinkle in his eye. Those eyes had to be the most beautiful eyes I had ever seen, and I really couldn't see him chewing through a person's neck. When I had finished eating, Yoren stood up and headed outside. Wait, he wasn't going to do anything? Get some rest. Uncle Ben and I have business to discuss, he said and started to leave. Wait, I called out as I remembered the rumors about Ben in my past life. You should be careful around your uncle. Those words were as rude as they could be, and to no surprise, Yoren was glaring coldly at me when I finished. What do you mean? I mustered my courage and laid down the facts of what had happened in my past life, including Ben taking bribes, sending spies who hid in the ranks of Yoren's lackeys, and conspiring against Yoren. Yoren appeared bemused by that last part. Who is he conspiring with? I racked my brains and decided to take a bet. I'm not sure, but you can perform a paternity test on the child of your father's fifth wife. Yoren held my gaze for a long while and said, I hope that's the truth, or else. He trailed off, but I noticed the threat in his voice. I certainly knew that I'd be destroyed if I lied to him, but I had to take a chance if I wanted to survive. Days later, the city put together a grand party. Yoren was invited, and he attended it with me instead of his usual companions. Everyone was surprised since I had nothing going for me, be it beauty or connections, not to mention that Yoren and I had only met once. The small servant's room was renovated into a proper bedchamber, with servants bringing in stacks of elegant clothes and jewelry. At that moment, I understood that Yoren